Mira Business FM, the sound of success.
This is the Morning Drive. It's Mira Business FM with me, Tim Elliott, and we're going to talk real estate next, but we're going to come at it from a slightly different angle, I think, today. Ajay Menon is here. He's the CEO of Luxe Vista Real Estate. He's a real estate guy. He's many things to many people, but real estate is his kind of thing at the moment. Not the greatest of introductions, but it's a good thing to see you, Ajay. Nice to have you here.
Likewise, Tim. It's great to be here again.
Good to have you. So, New Year is on the way. What are you doing? I wanted to start there today. Anything planned?
Yes, actually, it is more of a elimination rather than selection.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, what have you eliminated it to?
No downtown, no DIFC, no Business Bay.
No braving the crowds.
No Dubai Marina. No. So all the traffic areas were eliminated, and we were just left with a few golf courses and go look a few, somewhere behind the tracks. And finally, I think most likely it will be with friends at home.
Yeah, that tends to be the thing now, doesn't it? Do you know the thing about New Year's Eve that gets me is it's such a big deal. You've got to plan it really carefully to get there really early to avoid the traffic. Then you have to either leave early to avoid the traffic, or you have to leave really late to avoid traffic. So it's kind of a traffic.
It's the traffic is a big problem, and then and the rates, the prices for Nando's to charge 5,000 dirhams. I mean, what can you eat? All you can eat for 5,000 dirhams in Nando's.
I'd give it a pretty good go. I've got to be honest with you, but no, I mean, but that's the thing. It's a captive audience, isn't it? And I suppose if there are a number of places you want to be on this planet at New Year's Eve, and Burj Khalifa is kind of one of them. That's how it works. Anyway, look, you're not here to discuss that. Happy New Year to you in advance, by the way, as well. And I hope 2026 brings everything it should.
Yeah, I wish the same for you and all our audience.
So let's talk about H-1B visas. And there is a reason for this. And I like the way you think. As you know, the H-1B visa is the non-immigrant work visa. And what it does is it allows employment of foreign workers in specialty occupations, not here in the UAE, of course, but in the United States. So just to set this properly, to be eligible, you need a bachelor's degree or higher in a very specific specialty, or a job offer from a specialty occupation, or you need a particular sponsorship from a particular employer. This is in the United States. It lasts for up to 3 years. You can extend it to 6. And then there are some extensions possible under other conditions, things like green card applications, that kind of thing. So that's the H-1B visa, which allows you to go and work in the United States. And classically, of course, lots of students and people moving to the United States for, software, for example, from India. That's happened a great deal. Specific industries from China going to the US. That's really what it's been used for. There are new H-1B visa rules in the United States, as we know, and you think it's going to have a real effect on the real estate market in the United Arab Emirates. So let's start there. Ajay Menon, explain.
Okay, that is correct. And this is where a proactive investor should be thinking. This is how a proactive investor should be thinking.
Gotcha.
So what is actually changing? I mean, H-1B visa was one of the main reasons why US was one of the best land of the opportunities. So any intelligent student would either go in as a student, study in American universities, and immediately try to find a job there on H-1B. Or you are working in a tech company, they take you on that H-1B visa and you start working there.
Yeah.
And then once you go there, you finish that 5 years, you get your green card, and then you settle down. That is pretty much the trajectory for many people.
That was the course of, in the last 20, 30 years, that's been a huge deal, yeah.
So for that, wise guy, he had a nice idea that he's going to change this. And they are now going to come into effect from February 2026 onwards.
Yeah.
So what are the changes? So every new H-1B visa application will be charged $100,000 US. This is not for renewals, but this is for every new applicant.
Yeah.
That is one part. The other part is basically, it is not going to be a random lottery-based system, which was up till now. It is going to be a wage-weighted one. What is the definition of wage-weighted one? So it will be for people with higher salary and higher skills, which means the entry-level graduates, the entry-level, the lower-level workers will not be given priority, and they will be left behind because there is always a quota for it.
Sure.
So what this will cause is the few things which is happening now. Most of the students that study in American universities are either coming from China or India,
Yeah.
and they will no longer start applying to these universities, which is happening now. There is a 30% drop in applications as of now
And that's happened this year.
this year because they already know that is coming.
Yeah.
So and what is happening is because when you are actually going to US, especially from India, you take a lot of loan. And if you are not able to find a job in the US, whatever good job you find back in India is not enough to cover the loan, forget your living expenses. So they have to work in a place where the salary levels are higher, the savings are much more.
Okay.
So the only other option they have is to come to the UAE.
Okay, with qualifications gained in the United States. All right. So, well, first of all, it's going to mean there are going to be there will be an effect in the United States. There will be a loss of, I guess, a relative loss of highly skilled workers and potentially highly skilled, dedicated workers. So that's a gap that will have to be filled. But you can understand where this comes from in terms of, President Trump's policy directive, I suppose, and the mentality there that the approach that he takes. So I get that. There's another side to it here as well, isn't there? That if you're from India, even if you're from China, particularly if you're from India, this is nearer home anyway.
Correct.
So there is always that connection. So you can see that draw, I suppose, as well as the financial draw.
See, and then what the first thing is, what is the ripple effect that is going to come into the UAE? We'll discuss about the real estate thing after we discuss about the ripple effect of this particular implementation of this particular new policy. Yep.
Okay.
So what will happen? American universities don't want to lose this cash cow. So they would want to open up campus in the UAE. Then a lot of companies will rethink their hiring strategy, rethink their employee strategy. So what they might do is they might either open up companies here, or if they already have offices here, they will expand them, or they will relocate people from the US to the UAE.
Sure.
Right? And so these two are going to create a lot of things. Plus, the lower level people and the entry level graduates, since they could not find a job there, their obvious next choice is also going to be the Middle East, in particular Dubai. So these are the three different new set of people who will be coming into Dubai just because of this particular new law.
Okay, so great news for is it still Knowledge Village? Is it Knowledge Hub
It's
now?
an academic city.
Great news for Academic City, obviously, as well. Okay. So I get that. So that means more universities opening up, new campuses, new branches, new locations away. I understand that. We've got loads of apartments here for students to live in. So I'm starting to join the dots.
Exactly. So how is it now going to affect the real estate market, in particular in Dubai, based on certain market? So when the graduates, the new graduates and the lower level employees, when they come in, obviously they're going to be coming in and they would want affordable housing. So they will start renting a lot.
Yep.
And where will they come? They will come where they will find jobs, which is most likely is going to be in Business Bay, it's going to be in downtown. And so where will they stay? So they'll be staying in that the Jumeirah Garden City, Business Bay, downtown, Jeddah, all your near that the area JVC, JVT, Arjan. So, and mind you, these were the places that were the usual suspects for the potential rate correction because of a lot of mid-market and mid-ticket properties which were coming out there.
Okay.
So suddenly we have potential rentals and rental demand for these particular areas. So that correction may or may not happen.
Okay, and see, the thing is, there'll be a lot of people thinking, well, how many people is this going to be? But actually, when you start to break this down, when you really see the impact of this $100,000 fee, that's a hefty fee
Correct.
to bring somebody. That's got to be somebody who makes a real contribution to a business. So it really does cut a lot of people out of the equation. And you start to realize that this is an obvious port of call, particularly if you're from India, because it's so close by. You can see a knock-on effect, not just universities opening up campuses, tech companies, consulting companies opening up offices. That's another point. I know
Yeah,
that
so
you
if you're
make.
talking about the campuses opening up in academic city, what is that going to create to the Dubai real estate? So anything and everything near that academic city, we are talking about places like your Livan, your Dubai Land Residential Complex, uh, that will be taken up. Gold, it's the city of Falcon, city of what is that called? City of Falcon Wonders.
Falcon City of Wonders.
Exactly, Falcon City of Wonders. I still wonder where they are, but
I always loved that. I had a friend went to the launch of that originally, and they were I think they were building the pyramids there. It was a mock-up of the pyramids, and one of the journalists said to the gentleman, who would want to live in a pyramid? And the answer was, well, who wouldn't want to live in a pyramid? I thought, fair enough. That's a pretty great answer years ago. So, okay, so all of these areas are there, but then you have all of the add-on stuff after that. You've got the retail aspects of that. You've got the recreational aspects needed for young people.
Yeah.
The cycle tracks that will need to be built. Whatever else it is, you're creating new microcosms of society, aren't you?
yeah, and again, if you're talking about the new tech companies coming in, you're talking about new consulting companies coming into Dubai, it will create a lot more demand on the commercial spaces, the office spaces, as we discussed some time back. So, and Dubai already has these things in their agenda. They've got this a social economic agenda to 2033, and they want to be the AI hub, the tech hub, the education hub of the world. So, and obviously by 2040, they want to double the population as well. So all this, if you put it together, this process is going to be accelerated by just this particular policy alone. So,
Yeah.
so when the tech companies come in, and if they are going to be based in Dubai Silicon Oasis, so look at the demand in Dubai Silicon Oasis, Maidan, and the entire all the communities along that Dubai Al Ain Road, is the pressure will be so much high that the rentals will go up, the property prices is going to go up.
Okay, so you see an opportunity. And the other side is you're going to have lots of fresh graduates here entering the market. There's going to be, clearly that brings competition, but it's going to bring people in thinking, well, there you go, we've got
Yeah.
a fresh new crop.
Exactly, and this, see, basically Dubai till now was always, what is a safe bet? Safe bet is always luxury, top tier developers, waterfront. So, and these were considered to be the safest and the best investments, townhouses and villas and those elements. But now I can see a lot more demand coming into that entry, that mid-level, the affordable ticket size, the mid-ticket size, especially with metro connectivity and those additional factors. They will be picked up because of this new crop of new blood coming into the market.
Okay, so if you are a real estate investor or you're thinking of becoming a real estate investor,
This is the right time because I know there's a lot of people sitting on the fence. I know there's a lot of people sitting, oh, maybe there's a correction, maybe there might not be a correction. But if you have had some sort of inclination to buy real estate, so I think you should think a bit and finalize your plans. And probably early 2026 is the right time to invest because this mid-ticket demand will grow, as I see.
okay.
And for that, obviously, you will need to sit with a good consultant. I think we discussed this before. The entry barrier to entry for an off-plan consultant in Dubai market is very, very low. Anybody and anyone can become they don't even need an office. So you should think, this guy might not even be there when your unit is handed over. You should have a consultant who's going to be through the whole property life cycle. They should have an office, they should have a team, they should be able to assist you with mortgage, they should be able to assist you with the secondary market. You're talking about reselling, you're talking about rentals. So work with somebody like this, have a chat with them. The services are completely free, and then take a call. This is the right time to think about entering the market if you already want it and you think that that the boat is left. Not, it's not anymore. You can actually get into smart mitigate investment and still make money out of it.
Okay, and it's not necessarily the advice is generally, or has been certainly for the last few years, townhouse villas, townhouse villas, townhouse villas.
Yeah.
That's the mantra.
And waterfront. And waterfront.
And absolutely right. But there's going to be a real need, even more of a need for apartments, and there is no shortage.
Correct.
Okay. Do it properly, though, is your advice, isn't it?
That's correct, yeah.
Sit with a consultant who can really do it. Let me just ask you why you're here. We've got a few minutes, actually, Ajay. And I think that's a really interesting point, the H-1B visa. I saw it when you sent the notes in. You said, I'd like to talk about this. I thought, oh, what's he on now? What? Do I deserve this?
And people ask me, where do you come up with these kind of things? I mean, see, the thing is, the smart investor is somebody, or the smart consultant is somebody who is a smart investor. He should find out opportunities before they come.
It's absolutely true. Yeah, quite right. But I think it's going to be interesting to see, actually. And your point that, I'm just reading your note here, USE used to be the land of opportunity. It was not going to stay that way in the future. I mean, who knows quite what's going to happen. It's a bold statement, I realise that. But there is no doubt, is there, that there's going to be an impact with this $100,000 for an H-1B visa.
Definitely. See, USA still has a lot of charm, right? And they want to keep that standard, so they want to protect their interest. That's normal, natural.
Sure.
But if a person is not going to be in the US, where else can they be?
Yeah.
Where else can they go? Europe is not in great shape. Most of the countries. The growth engines were Germany and France back in the days. Yeah. They are not anymore. Yeah. UK has a lot of taxes, so they are not very attractive either. Mm-hmm. Even the rich people are getting out of the UK, and they are all coming to the UAE.
Yep.
So obviously, people will follow their role models. People will follow where the big guys are moving. And when the big guys are moving with the family offices, they're going to be moving along with them.
Yeah, it makes a great deal of sense. No, I follow your logic entirely. It'd be interesting to see how that translates in terms of stats in the next year or two to see what happens. So we'll follow it up and kind of keep on top of that. Just while you're here, I thought it'd be interesting just to look ahead to 2026. I mean, it's literally round the corner. Is there anything that you can tell me that you're thinking about or you're looking at or is in the back of your mind that is making its way to the front of your mind in real estate terms at the moment?
Definitely, we should be looking at some particular developments. I think I mentioned this before. The ARM, the Jebel Ali race course is definitely on my...
you did, yeah.
Yeah, that's on the top of the list.
Yeah.
There's nothing. And then the Heights Country Club by Emar. These two things are definitely on the top of my list. And I've also been looking at the big money guys moving into Dubai, which are your hedge funds, your family offices. So when these kind of people, the BlackRock was here in 2024, somewhere there. So when these people are coming, they don't come into a market which is at the nascent stage. They come into a market where the regulations are pretty set.
Yes.
And they know that they have a runway for another 15 to 20 years. Mm. Otherwise, they wouldn't move here. So which means, contrary to the popular belief, Dubai market has not peaked. It is just on the starting phase.
Another bold statement there. So you're pointing towards what happening next year with that kind of thinking?
Big money coming in, big people coming in, more offices coming in, which means more jobs being created. Mm-hmm. Dubai has the most number of greenfield investments in the planet, which means a lot more companies starting up from the grassroots levels, which will require employees from the lower level all the way to the top.
Okay, so 2026, looking ahead, you're expecting a good year, a busy year, a successful year in real estate terms. Do you think it's going to level off slightly? Do you think we've seen the
it is going to be a mature market. It's not longer going to be, the flippers market or make money, put money now in 1 year is going to be 20%, 30%. No, that's not going to happen.
No.
But it is also a place where the mature market is actually what we need. And people need predictability, people need stability. And that would actually reduce the number of negative people. So most people cannot digest the fact then how is the market, going on up and up and up without, stabilizing or even, coming down a little bit.
Well, that's the question that everybody asks, don't they? And everybody's looking for the answer that you just can't pluck out of the air.
See, you cannot. There is no crystal ball.
No.
But you can see the history and see where it's going. Whatever the number of anticipated completion projects that has been launched, the history is Dubai was never able to make anything more than 36 to 40,000 units a year. And that's going to stay it is. So if the projected number of handovers is going to be, say, 72,000 or 82,000 for 2026, it's not going to happen. It has never happened before.
Fair enough. Statistically, it doesn't stack up, does it? Okay.
Suddenly, you don't have 20 new contracting company with 200,000 new people building buildings anymore.
Yeah. Look at it realistically. I'm excited about one project that's going to be completed, I have to be honest with you, which is the new flyover just after the Arabian Ranches there. When that happens, my life's going to be plain sailing just to get to work. And that I can see now how it's going to happen. The speed at which that's been completed as well.
RT is on steroids.
Is you're not joking. It's just incredible, the speed. So that's going to be in the next. I'm thinking that's in the next weeks rather than months. Ajay Menon is the CEO of Luxe Vista Real Estate. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. I always appreciate you coming in to share your ideas. It was H1B visas today. Who knows what it's going to be next week, but we'll see you then, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Good to have you here. This is Mira Business FM. Like and or a subscribe. Appreciated wherever you join us from. Get in touch. Always let us know what you think. info@mira.fm is the email address, or whatsapp.mira.fm is a way to get in touch over WhatsApp. Everything we do is available to listen to and or watch again, and you can find us wherever you find your podcast from. Just search Mira Business FM.